Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ben. This is 302 Bets. Um, Starting a new channel here. So I live in the state of Delaware. Every week they release these things, sports picks, parlay cards. They do teasers, super teasers. That we have early birds here. We have the $100,000 card here. It's a unique state in that sense where like sports betting online is not allowed. You can still do it. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, it's legal. If you want to venture into Jersey or Virginia, or even up to New York, it's still legal there. Or it's legal there. So it is. It's a very unique state. This is a state-run program through the Delaware State Lottery. It's kind of cool, but I will say it's a unique system because of they publish everything on a card. And these cards come out typically on Wednesdays. The early birds usually come out like mid-afternoon on Mondays, sometimes Tuesday afternoons, and they're only valid till Tuesday night. These cards, once they come out, they're valid all the way through. But the kicker is sometimes they will turn off games, maybe due to an injury, conditions, whatever it may be. Kind of sucks, but they publish their lines, which is very, very unique. So sometimes you can find little niches or whatnot, little arbitrages in the cards, just because since they publish it, they have to honor it. Now, I will say you can go to the gas stations or bodegas, convenience stores, whatever it is, around Delaware and get the updated lines, whether it's for the first half or the full game. Sometimes you can do money lines there, which is kind of cool, especially if you're not feeling the points or whatever it is. So it's a unique thing that Delaware does. Not a lot of people know about it. I will say a lot of people do come into Delaware to partake in it, and a little bit about it. So as you can see on the card here, at minimum you have to play three, pays 6.5 to 1. Not a bad, especially if it's if you're playing points. That's about par for the course. Goes all the way up to 12 picks, 2,500 to 1. I mean, that's such a long shot. The odds of hitting that are absolutely dumb. So I usually stick to the 3 or 4. Or sometimes, you can always go to the local casino. There's 3 casinos in the state of Delaware that do sports betting, and they honor and they reflect a lot of these lines. So I think the state does rely on the casinos to help develop these lines, rightfully so. I mean, they're in the game of gambling, right? So why not? But looking at our first 4 games here, pretty interesting, weird lines. So tomorrow obviously starts the college football season. We have week 0, big whoop here. Okay, but I think really this up and coming really Thursday, Friday and Saturday, Sunday and into Monday, really kicks off college season. And I will say, college football, betting on it, dumb. It doesn't make any sense. The lines, I mean, what the biggest one on the card I think is 24.5 point favorites. I mean, come on, like that's it don't make no sense. But opening up tomorrow, we got the backyard brawl between Pittsburgh and West Virginia. West Virginia's got a transfer in quarterback, probably not bad. Pittsburgh got after Kenny left, they still got a dog. So we'll see where that goes. Right now, the lines currently sit at Pittsburgh are favored by 7.5. I like Virginia on this one. West Virginia, give me that all day. It's backyard brawl. They haven't played in a couple years. New quarterback. Yeah, let's go Virginia on that one. Next, we got Penn State, Purdue. Penn State's a favorite, 3.5. It's at Purdue, which is big. Penn State on the road. We'll see. They're coming off an interesting year there. Really at the end of the day, this is one I stay away from. But if I am to pick, give me Penn State with the points. I think they're just a better team. Purdue, I don't really think can do too much. It's not really a far travel game. Also, Penn State, right there in college town, going to Indiana. So next would be Missouri at home. They're the favorites, 19.5 point favorites. That is insane to me. They're playing Louisiana Tech, not a very good school. Who cares? Give me Missouri with the points. And the reason is, that's at home. Missouri's got to do something. So next will be Oklahoma State at home, hosting Central Michigan. They are 21.5 point favorites. What? Over 3 touchdown favorites. Oklahoma State's a bunch of dogs, anyways. Give me that every day of the week. Central Michigan, what are they, MAC? Really, who cares? Just give me that all day. And we'll go into Fridays also. To be honest with you, I'll probably record Saturdays tomorrow. I like to say maybe a day or two in advance. That's the way I'm going to kind of do this stuff. Really, I will do pro football, but I'm going to focus probably more on college with this channel. So, cool. And then at the end, I'll always, kind of do what picks I have, show you what I'm doing. I don't bet a lot on it. I usually keep my bets pretty small. But, hey, it is what it is. Going into Friday's game, so we have Indiana. They are favorites by 2.5 points at home, hosting Illinois. Who cares about this game? I'm a Big Ten fan. Born and raised in Ohio. But who cares about this game? Definitely not me. If I have to pick, give me Indiana at home. That's a field goal game at that point. Who cares? Next, we got Virginia Tech at Old Dominion. Tech is favored in this one by 7.5 points. Give me the dog on this one. Virginia Tech, I think they have brand new coaching staff across the board. Old Dominion has nothing to lose, so I think that's maybe like a little sneak of the week. One that you don't ever have on your radar. Maybe you just need a parlay filler. Maybe you're just wanting to possibly donate some money. That's the one I'd pick. Take Old Dominion at home, 7.5 point dogs. Next, we go into Michigan State hosting Western Michigan. Michigan State is 22.5 point favorites. First of all, obviously I'm a Big Ten guy. Michigan State, they got the transfer in. I forget from where, the running back. So they got a good team now. They just didn't really amount to much. With it being the first game of the season, they're probably still working out some kinks with a lot of new players. But they also have a lot of returning players. So it's kind of one of those things where you kind of flip the coin. This is one I'm staying away from, quite frankly, personally for me. But when you look at it, it's like, I woke up today and chose violence, so I'm gonna take Western Michigan if I have to take plus 22.5. It is a night game at Michigan State. Kalamazoo's right down the road from Lansing. Yeah, give me Western Michigan and a hopeful that they keep it a 2-touchdown game. I'm optimistic. Next, we'll go into TCU and Colorado. Colorado's the home dog actually by 14.5 points to TCU. It's a 10 o'clock game. For them, it's 10 o'clock Eastern, so for them, it's like a 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock game. Who cares? It's not really a national football implication game. Really, just with the way it is, give me TCU on the road with the points. They got something to prove. Big 12 dying breed, I think, and I hate to say it because Cincinnati's going to that conference here in a year or two, and they picked up a couple other teams. They need to do well, but they just really don't have any powers. And then lastly, the dumpster game Friday at 7:30 p.m. Duke is at home, favorite by 7.5 points to Temple. If that says anything, Temple is a garbage team. they might as well just go ahead and chalk it up and just play basketball at this point. That team is awful. I'm out here on the East Coast. They're in Philly. I haven't met a single Temple fan unless their grandchild or child goes to that school. Even at that point, they're just like, hey, they're just happy to play. Duke, stick to basketball. I'm going to stand on, die on that sword. They have no business playing ball right now. A couple years ago, they shined some light. Even UNC shined some light. But that game, I'm going to stay away from. If I have to pick, just give me the home team. Maybe they can pull something out. It's Friday night game. Maybe most of their freshmen are like right at home. Right back where they were. A year ago playing on Friday night, and that's probably where they should have stayed, or maybe went JUCO or something. But so going into my picks for the week, I have a parlay card for kind of the whole weekend, which I'll go over that tomorrow. But I did do a Thursday night parlay. I took West Virginia at home plus 7.5. Or sorry, they're on the road in Pittsburgh. So I took West Virginia on the road plus 7.5. I took Missouri, which is at home, minus 19.5, and I took Oklahoma State favorites 21.5. It's pretty cool. I didn't put much on it. You can see it right here. It's just a little $13, little Chipotle meal. That's the way I look at it. Maybe I won't eat Chipotle tomorrow. That's probably a lie. But, you can see here, it's a 6.5. So with the state also, so the bottom number here is 6.5 times that number, including my bet. So the best. But the cool part is, they publish the numbers. So really where you find the most value is really in these these games on Saturday, or even the Sunday Monday games, which obviously that's just for the first week, but that's where you see the most value in these style of cards, just because the early games, they're pretty accurate with the first the usually like the Maction games on Thursday if they throw those on the card. And it's wild. I want to know the process. I might do a little some deeper dives on this, the process of what games they actually make the card, because I think that's very interesting to me. It's not really something I've looked into before, but it is cool. Sports picks, the Delaware lottery, it is kind of cool. We'll see where this all goes. Probably tomorrow, right around the same time, I'm gonna try to post another video with 302 picks. This channel is in the infancy. We're just kind of doing this like it is, and I might have some guests on, see what their picks are, or even some of my friends. They're 2 cents, because you know how them Philly fans are. They always like their 2 cents brought in here. But I do thank you for listening this long. It's very, very cool. A lot of my guys with what I do always come in and ask me what my picks are, and it's kind of cool. So I decided this year maybe let's put it to the world. And if you have any questions, definitely comment below. We'll try to figure this out as we go. A little bit of me and you together. Maybe I'll pull in other sports books, maybe some odds, odd jams. Who knows? And then once we get into pro football, we'll also do pro. I think that's quicker and easier to do with these college games. I mean, you can see how many daggone games they pick here. And then we'll get into the teaser cards, super teaser cards, what I think where the value is. We've seen a lot last year with the teaser cards. I think it was the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, almost, I think it was 80% of the games that they had on the card, both sides were hitting. So for a parlay, just eat all day on that. It's like you can't go wrong. So you might as well, beef up your pick, maybe a 4 or 5 team parlay, which translates, for the state of Delaware, 4 is 11-1, 5 is 20-1. On a $10 bet, you can get a lot of reward for a small bet. And just keep on turning and burning, because obviously that's what we all want here, is we want to make money and have fun doing so. and talk a lot of schmack on the way. So I do thank you for listening. I'm out. See ya.